Fear of weight gain and recovery. I mean, isn't that what got us here in the first place? It's terrifying. But I found something that helped me and I wanted to share it with you. Join me as I walk you through the downward arrow technique, a powerful exercise for my inpatient stay. This exercise cracked open something I had buried for decades, and trust me, you will want to see this. It might unlock something deep down within you too. I know you've wondered why those thoughts about your body or food just won't go away. This technique could be the key to your breakthrough, and you're about to see it happen. So, what exactly is it? It's basically psychological detective work. It starts with those automatic thoughts that flash through your mind without you even realizing. Those instant judgments your brain makes. You know, like when you see a spider and you immediately freak out without even having to think about it. During inpatient treatment, we were prompted to write down our biggest fears in our current situation, and then we had to answer a series of questions. Why does it matter? What would happen if it were to come true? And then what would happen next? With my body image and eating disorders, these automatic thoughts might seem obvious on the surface, but this exercise helps you to dig deeper and find what's really going on underneath. Let me share exactly what happened when I did this exercise. Here is the form. So it's already asking, what is your automatic appraisal, which of course is weight gain. And then the first question is, why does this even matter? Because I'm gonna have to buy new clothes. And then what would happen if this was true? My answer was, well, I'm gonna have to spend money, and I've already spent so much money on therapy and already buying new clothes. And then the final question is, well, then what would happen next? Well, what if I gain more weight and I have to buy new clothes and now I have to face the dressing room? When we discussed this in therapy, my therapist said, I don't know your financial situation, but could you maybe go to a consignment shop or buy clothes at a less expensive store? And I remember thinking, I mean, sure, but I need professional clothing for work, and I hate looking at myself in the dressing rooms and trying on multiple items. It is overwhelming, and I hate my body. And that's when it's hit me. Then I will feel like that 11-year-old girl shopping for new school clothes, being so ashamed that yet again I've had to go up another size. I'll probably be bigger than most of the girls in my class, and I just hated this feeling. I did not want to go back there in my head. And the real fear wasn't about spending money on new clothes. It was about reliving the shame and that feeling of being too big and not fitting in, literally and figuratively. This is where the conversation got real. My therapist nodded with compassion and asked something that hit me like a ton of bricks. What would you tell little Heather at 11 years old? Maybe you would say something like, her body is still changing and it's okay that she's getting bigger. She's growing, and this is all a part of growing up. But in that moment, I could not get there. I couldn't tell little Heather it was okay because deep down, I wasn't okay. I was still ashamed. I was still embarrassed. And it just remained as raw today as it did back then. And I found myself thinking, maybe if I hadn't eaten fast food every Friday, or if I hadn't eaten whatever I wanted whenever, I wouldn't have gained so much weight when I was younger. Those thoughts haunted me. Maybe I wouldn't have been stuck in this anorexia cycle for 20 plus years. What this exercise is ultimately trying to uncover is the worst case scenario of weight gain. It's not just about facing the dressing room. It was much deeper. If I gained weight, would I not be good enough? Would I be made fun of, cast aside? Would I be rejected? Or ultimately, would it mean I'm unlovable? Honestly, I didn't know. And I still don't know. For as long as I've been alive, there has been a new diet, a new weight loss product, or a revolutionary workout every few months. And I've been bombarded by social media, family, friends, colleagues, even my spouse with the same messaging. If I'm not thin, I'm nothing, that I'm not worthy, that I won't get that job, and that no one will like me. Of course they've never used those words, but we hear it daily. I just need to lose 5 more pounds. My diet starts Monday. Abs are made in the kitchen. Look how much so-and-so has lost. Or my favorite, look how much so-and-so has gained. And nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. We internalize these messages and we can't help but believe they're directed at us. Nobody needs to explicitly tell you you're not good enough. Social media and the people around you do it for you. Even medical professions often say, if you just lost some weight, but people are constantly having to advocate for themselves because weight loss isn't always the answer. Look at TV and movies. What do we see? The main characters are always thin and beautiful, while the villains are typically overweight and portrayed as an unattractive person. Instagram and TikTok flood your algorithm with fitness models, before and after photos from Ozempic users or whatever the new diet trend is. Why? Because it is a massive profit-driven industry. Last year alone, the weight loss and fitness industries ranked in over $130 billion. It's all about selling products, not about health, and the impact on our mental well-being is undeniable. I know it was for me. I desperately wanted to look like everything I saw, and honestly, who doesn't? As I sat with all of this, it hit me. My healing wasn't just physical. It was about how I judged myself and others. We all have these thoughts, but we can choose how we act on them. The truth is, you don't have to live for other people's opinions, not what they think, and especially not what they say you should be. Most people, they judge you for a second and then move on. They're too wrapped up in their own insecurities to be focused on you, focused on your body, your size, or your appearance. Think about it. When you walk into a crowded bathroom, does anyone pop out of the stall and immediately stare at you? No, they go straight to the mirror. They're fixing their hair, adjusting their outfit, checking themselves. People aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. Now, I won't lie, these thoughts still creep in when I step into that dressing room or order clothes online and hoping that then when they arrive that they will actually fit. But over time, those fears and anxieties have softened. These days, I kind of view my body much like I do my hair. I mean, I do my best, but ultimately, I accept it with a simple, it is what it is. This mindset has been incredibly liberating. As you know, I'm still navigating quasi-recovery, but I am committed to taking those small, consistent steps to challenge my thoughts and solidify my actions. Is my body perfect? No. Will it ever be? Probably not. The truth is, it never was. I spent years fixated on my stomach, on my thighs, my shape. No matter how thin I got, it was never enough. But here's what the downward arrow technique ultimately taught me. Our deepest fears aren't really about weight, clothes, or even how we look. They're about belonging, about worthiness, and about believing that we deserve love. Being extremely sensitive and needing constant reassurance then and now, I know that 11-year-old Heather didn't need a diet. She needed someone to tell her that she was good enough exactly as she was. And now that someone has to be you. Only you can go back and give your younger version of yourself the kindness and reassurance they always needed. I am so proud of you for being here and watching this today. I know how tough this journey is, and I want you to know that every step you take matters. So here's my challenge to you. Take just 5 minutes today. Write down your biggest fear about your body weight. Then keep asking yourself, and then what? Until you hit something that makes your chest tighten or your eyes well up, because that right there is healing. Not another diet, not another workout plan, but finally understanding what you have been running from all along. Be kind to yourself. You deserve it. Find that little kid inside and tell them they are enough. Let's stay connected. Like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching.